G'day and welcome to Awesome Animals TV. Thanks for joining us again. Today we're doing a bit of fishing for one of the peskiest fish that lives in Australia. Now they've got quite a bad reputation. They muck up the environment. A lot of people think that you can't eat them, but actually you can. So today we're going to show you how you can do that. I'm using our secret bait today, which is actually corn kernels. Now, a lot of you already know just by the bait what I'm actually fishing for, and you're correct. It is the European carp. Now they've devastated our waterways in Australia, right through the Murrumbidgee River and the Murray River, and they wreak havoc. They take over other fish's habitat. So we're going to show you today a way how you can utilise this pesky fish, and hopefully some people will catch them and cook them and eat them and keep them out of the environment. So we just got a basic setup there with the running sinker down to the swivel and the hook there and your corn. They're fairly easy to catch. We've got our U-Butte rod holder here, so we'll stick that into the ground, cast him out. What I like to do is just set the drag, wait for the fish to take it. Instead of mucking around with bites, they're bottom feeders, so they're sucking off the bottom, and if it's half decent, it'll just grab it and run with it from there. So that's our setup, pretty easy. He just took the drag before, just started peeling out. So they're not a bad fighting fish actually. They're a bit of a sturdy fish. They're pretty, bit like a torpedo in the water, quite chunky. And I've caught these things over 10 kilos, so they can really give you a run for your money. Well, what we'll do is we'll wind this guy in and we'll give you a bit of a look at him. There we go, that's the first one. Look at that big lip. You can see his mouth face downwards, so they do a lot of sucking off the bottom. Now, this fish is actually originally from Southeast Asia. It is the same as the koi fish in Japan. So a lot of people actually have carp tattoos or koi tattoos, and originated from Asia and then made its way over to Europe. So when Europeans arrived, they introduced this fish about 100 years ago into Australia, and it's wreaked havoc right through pretty much the whole bottom half of the southern parts of Australia. Victoria, New South Wales, South Australia, the bottom parts. And yeah, it's no good for the environment. They have thousands and thousands of eggs as well, the females. And introduced species from Europe along with cats and rabbits. They thought was a good idea to make it feel a little bit more like home. So unfortunately, now we didn't learn our lesson from that either, because about 100 years after that, then they went and introduced the cane toads. So got to make you wonder. Anyway, this is our carp. Now a lot of people think that you can't eat them. You can eat them. I've seen tons of videos, and you can just fillet them, chop them up, put them in the fry pan. They are known to have a fair few bones in them, but we're going to make nummus out of them, or pickled fish where the bones will go soft. Alrighty, so we've got our carp here. The quickest way to dispatch them is to either give them a brain spike, or if you want to bleed them, you probably want to bleed these fish a bit. So quick way to do it is cut through the gills into the neck. And then what I do is I snap his neck. Now it's not nice, but it dispatches him quickly, and that's what we'd want to do, because as soon as you pull the fish out of the water, it's suffocating, so you want to put them out of their misery. Anyone who thinks that a fish doesn't feel pain is a moron. So what we're going to do, we've got this lovely bit of grass down here. I'll show you how to fillet him. Now, you don't have to, but I like to scale my fish. I use the back of the knife and I just run it up like that. And you can see they're quite big scales, they fly off quite easily. Give them a bit of a wash. Now I like to come around here, behind the gills, behind the first fin there, and then I like to run my knife down the spine here like so. Close to the spine, and then stick it through up the tail like that. Now, the reason that a lot of people don't eat them is because they have quite a few bones. But people have been eating carp for thousands of years, right through Southeast Asia and also through Europe as well. So anyone says that you can't eat carp, don't know what they're talking about, and they've probably never tried one. So they wouldn't know. A lot of people say, oh, you can't eat this and you can't eat that, and they're just talking shit because they don't know what they're talking about. However, when it comes to bones wise, this fish does have quite a few bones. Now it's got the usual rib bones that come through here, which we'll have a look at in a minute. I'm just gonna fillet him up like that. You can see the usual rib bones here. But what they have is they have an extra bone system that runs through here. And those bones actually Y out like a wishbone. So it makes them very hard to fillet a carp and make it boneless. So a lot of people that do eat them, what they do is they just get the fish like this, they'll cut that into chunks, and then they'll just fry it in the pan, add a curry, make a curry fish basically. So this is quite just a medium-sized female, I guess. We can see here that she's got the roe. That's the roe there, so that's basically thousands of eggs this fish would have produced. Thousands more baby carp, which end up in our riverways, which is no good. It's not the fish's fault it's here, but if you're going to eat something, you might as well make it a feral species. You're doing the environment a favour. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip that back over. I'm going to put a bit of water here. I'm going to flip him over this way. I'm not going to bother about scaling this side, as I showed you how to do that with the other side. I'm just going to flick a few of the scales off, because what we'll do is we'll just skin him. So I'll cut down here, once again around to here, run him down the back here, along the spine, like so. So we'll fillet him exactly the same as the other side, but what we're doing is we're actually butterflying this fish. So now, cutting through here, the carcass should just come away, leaving the fins and the stomach contents with the fish. Pop in there, we'll feed the pelicans shortly, I think. They come around. Give the fillets a bit of a wash. We'll wash them in fresh water later. That gives you a bit of an idea of what the flesh looks like. We've got the skin on there. It's quite a thick skin. You can see it's a nice pink flesh, and you can come down and catch a fish like this in about 10-15 minutes. depending on where you are, and get a decent feed. So I'll just cut back a little bit on an angle, then I'll put my knife in, and now I'll put my knife here, let the blade do the work, and I'll just wiggle the skin. Let the knife do the work. I'll skin him off like that. Alrighty, so the next question is, can you eat carp sashimi? There's only one way to find out. We got a bit of soy sauce here, Lee Kum Kee, that's a good brand, I like that one. Now we're going to just take a few slithers of this. We're going to try that straight up as it is. It's not too bad. It actually doesn't have a muddy flavour, which is surprising. So, get a bit more of that. It's quite nice flesh, pink. It's firm. It's a bit like tei, which is Japanese for snapper sashimi. A little bit of soy sauce. In Japan they eat tons of sashimi, tons of different types of raw fish. Not just salmon. Salmon, snapper, mackerel, bonito, tuna. I'll tell you what, with a little bit of soy sauce, if I put that into a sushi maki roll for you, I made some sushi, you wouldn't know the difference. It's actually better raw than it is as namas. There's actually quite a few places in the fillets where there are not bones. There are a lot of bones, but there's big areas where there are no bones as well. Now, the question is, would you eat that? Serve that to you in a Japanese restaurant with a little bit of soy sauce, you wouldn't know the difference. So put a little bit of soy on there. Actually, try a bit just as it is first. Pink flesh. Quite firm. A little bit of soy. Tip the excess off the plate. And not bad at all. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you probably know that I speak Japanese. I lived in Japan for a long time, and I've eaten plenty of sashimi and sushi over there. And that is pretty good. I wouldn't complain about that at all. You just got to make sure you don't get the bits with the bones. And for those of you who think that I'm just going to chew it up and spit it out, that's not the case. Give me some more, I reckon. So there you go. Bit of a novelty at your next barbecue. Give your mates some carp sashimi, fresh from the river. It's quite interesting, it wasn't that long ago in Australia, if you said, oh, do you want to go out and try some sushi? 9 out of 10 people be like, oh, that's terrible, I wouldn't eat that shit, blah, blah, blah. Now look at it, sushi train on every corner just about in the cities. Can't get enough of the stuff. The California roll was invented for Europeans, basically. They put the seafood extender crap in there and then make sushi out of that for people who didn't want to eat raw fish. And now it's a bit of a worry actually what's going to happen environmentally when it comes to sashimi and the tuna trade. Hopefully. Be nice if we could all get them to eat carp instead, wouldn't it? Thanks for joining us here, guys, on Awesome Animals TV. Please share this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And also make sure you share this video to mates who reckon you can't eat carp. Stay wild, and I'll catch you next time.